Some new tour dates coming up. Sioux Falls, South Dakota, La Crosse and Green Bay, Wisconsin, Moline, Illinois, Colorado Springs, Colorado, Casper, Wyoming, Billings, Missoula, Bloomington, Indiana, Columbus, Ohio, Champaign, Illinois, Grand Rapids, Lafayette, Louisiana, and Beaumont, Texas. Get all your tickets at theovon.com/TOUR. And thank you so much for the support. Today's guests are icons in the world of country music. If they had a Mount Rushmore of country, you might see these fellas right up there on it. They had solo careers before they joined together to create one of the most popular tandems in the history of country. You know their many hits like Neon Moon, Ma Maria, and Beats Getting Me, and many, many more. Their new album, Reboot 2, comes out November 15th. It has new takes on their classic songs with folks like Morgan Wallen, Jelly Roll, and Lainey Wilson. I am so excited today to sit down with Mr. Kix Brooks and Ronnie Dunn. Brooks and Dunn. Yeah, thank you guys for coming in, man.
Good to be here.
Good to see you guys.
I watch you all the time, not just saying that. I watched you with Post Malone the other day. I don't know how far back that was videoed or shot.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
funny stuff, man.
Yeah, he's wild, man.
He's a cat.
Yeah, he's just like an infectious thing, kind of.
Isn't it funny?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. No, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
He's like a kid who got in trouble, but he's going to keep partying, you know?
Yeah, right. No. Well, have you stopped drinking? He said, worst time of your life? Well, it's when I was drinking. You know, have you stopped? No. What's different? Well, I mean, he's
Never thought about it.
He's an interesting cat, and he's absolutely a sweetheart, though. I mean, you talk to him, it's like Mr. Theo. You know,
he's the nicest guy.
Yeah,
he's super nice, man. You guys have had such a career, man. Thank you so much for all the music. Yeah,
thanks for letting us hang around this long. You know,
appreciate it.
Been around how long?
Several semesters.
Yeah. Did it feel like because you guys got did you guys get paired together, or how did it kind of the beginning become? We're not going to go through all the history, but I just want, just so some people may not know.
Classic story, right out of the movies. Just a friend of ours who we both had a lot of respect for, Tim Dubois, great songwriter himself and whatever. Is actually an accountant at Vanderbilt as well, smart guy too. But he just invited us to lunch and thought we might be a good pair up, and Ronnie and I are just kind of growling across the table at each other. It didn't make any sense to us, and he said, "Look, you guys can both write songs." He goes, "Just go see if you can write a song together." Okay, so I think that was Tuesday, maybe Thursday. We wrote "Brand New Man." Friday we wrote this song, "Next Broken Heart," and Ronnie had already written "Neon Moon" and "Scootin Boogie," and I had another song, "Lost and Found," and we just screwed up and been riding a bus for 30 years trying to figure out how to get off it.
It's like we weren't brothers growing up. Like people, challenged the.
Did it feel like a pressure, like you had to be like I just want, because with comedians they don't really have that where they kind of partner you up. I guess for television shows and stuff they do where they package shows. Yeah. But I wonder, did you guys feel a pressure like we have to, or it was just?
No,
we felt broke and hungry.
Yeah.
So what's the motivation? You gotta back up a little bit.
We felt like none of this shit's really working that great. I mean, I'd had some success as a songwriter, written a couple of hits and whatever, and Ronnie just been out in Okie, hiding, writing great songs. Totally unheard of for somebody who hadn't been in Nashville really studying the craft, so to say, to show up with songs like Neon Moon and Boot Scoot. And next album, Hardworking Man, and Used to Be Mine. Ronnie just had written all these great songs by itself, which, now I can't even tell you who's out there writing songs by themselves. They'll probably watch and go, hey, how about me, dude? But, it's a co-writing town. It just really is.
It's becoming more and more of a co-writing town.
More and more writers on every song.
I saw one with 9 writers. I saw with 9 writers.
Me.
I mean, what the heck? We used to we'd throw a bet you if it was 3 writers in the room.
Did it feel like you guys had to, because I bet it's like, once you get partnered with somebody, it's like, dang, this is a long ride. And you don't really know how long the ride is when you start, Did it feel like you guys over the years, like you had to be best friends? Did it ever feel like a pressure to be like that?
Maybe, but we didn't, I don't think we took it to heart. I mean, it was like, hey, Tim, back up on your story a little bit for me, but Tim had heard me playing a bar in Oklahoma, and he was circling through, and Clive Davis and he were putting a label together. So he told me, he says, I want to sign you. He said, I've already got Alan Jackson and Diamond Rio.
You already had a boy singer and a band.
Yeah,
and
Pam
a girl.
Tillis.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like he's going down the list. We didn't realize this at first, but he was going down the list going, okay, now I said trio. I've got a trio. Now I need a duo.
Yeah.
But we didn't know that till after the fact.
The Judds were breaking up, so
he
saw an open slot on the CMAs. I think.
Yeah,
might have been true.
Yeah, no,
it was true. I think
true.
it was that manipulative.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw you guys do your walkout with Morgan. How was that, man? That was cool.
He's got it stirred up, and it's like, okay, so where do we?
How about that kid?
Did you know about it before what it was or no?
I really didn't. They were trying to explain to me what was going on, and like, we're gonna look back, and you guys come down the hallway, and then y'all are gonna walk out together to his stage. We're gonna film it, and it's a big deal. I'm like, okay.
We keep up with it to the extent that we know how he's selling out stadiums everywhere, and it's like, get out of the way. And he's crashing websites, and Live Nation is, if you announce ticket sales at all, it blows up through the roof. So, and I had did a walk-on with him at Bridgestone when he played here a couple of years ago.
Oh, yeah, I saw that show, actually.
Really?
I was at that show, yep.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
But, to do that is kind of an interesting thing because you're back there. You don't really know what's going on. No. You can kind of start to hear people cheering, but you don't really know.
So did you do that with him?
Yeah. I got to do one with them here in Nashville. Yeah, with DeAndre Hopkins that plays for the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah, sure.
But it's still kind of confusing because you're like
J-Hop.
Yeah, D-Hop.
Oh, that's what I meant.
Oh, what did I call him?
DeAndre.
Yeah. No, but we didn't. When I did it, he wasn't doing the walk yet. So we were in Kansas City the other night with him. Is that right? Yeah. No.
Yeah, we were in Kansas City.
Yeah, Kansas City.
Yeah, that's where you guys did the walkout with him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's kind of wild.
Yeah.
It's just this thing. I guess they kind of just started it.
Yeah, you don't know. Yeah, you're right. You're just kind of thrown into the fray there. And
you just kind of don't know what's going on.
Am I supposed to walk here and be cool? Am I supposed to rub your shoulders? Or,
right. And it's starting to get weird. People are rubbing on him, and people are
right.
It's starting to get a little aggressive. I feel like
right. And the only thing you know is it's like
what are you doing? Stop doing that! Get off of me!
And they tell us, they said, no, he's going to walk fast. Okay, you're going to walk fast.
Yeah.
That's it. And then off you go.
It'll be cool when it just starts wrestling.
Yeah.
Turns around and decks you.
Yeah. It's him and his agent just back there fist fighting. I think, it's definitely bizarre because you don't really know what's going on. And then he's like, all right, let's go. And for him, it's just, he's just heading to work.
Yeah.
He's bouncing off the walls.
Yeah. It had to be weird because you get to the stage and then you guys can't go out to the stage. So it's like,
yeah, it's like, we're on. It's like, stop.
Yeah.
No, this is not your show.
Stop here and the camera's off. Follow that guy.
Yeah, it really was like that, man. Because I didn't even play anything, but I was like, I could try, I was like, let's do it.
Right.
That's
how we were. You just wing it.
Give me something to bang
with the flow.
Oh, yeah. And DeAndre's he looked like he was ready to just run a 40-yard F flat, So I was like, let's get him out here, dude. Yeah. So that was interesting, man. What's been one of the tougher things that came with fame that you guys realized? Because you guys went to being, obviously you were doing well in your careers individually, but even as you were just saying, you guys, the first couple songs you put out were hits. That's right.
First 4 were number ones.
Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of number ones, dude, you know?
We just called some buddies up in a panic and started playing honky tonks and bars. Even our manager told us not to do it. I said, no, man, if we're running off, like we're knocking hits out of the park right now, we need to have a tight band, you know, when they do, or we get a place where we're in front of a lot of people. So we went for the first year and a half playing clubs everywhere from here to California.
Which was the coolest.
It was Animal
The coolest
House.
the coolest memory for me, because I probably like Ronnie. I mean, just a lot of years of turning corners on clubs and stuff, and there'd be 4 or 6 cars in the parking lot.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and you just have to go and
And
set
one of
up
them's yours, too.
Exactly.
You know? And one of them's a girl you came to invited to impress.
Exactly. And a couple of guys that don't like you because they want her too.
and she's not cute at all.
Yeah, you set your stuff up, you know, and nobody cares and whatever. And then next thing you know, we're parking down the road and to get to a place because the parking lot's full. Now, those were great nights. They really were. You know, you really couldn't screw up too bad because it was fired up, and that's kind of what you dream about when you're learning to tune your guitar. You know, just the clubs part of it. I mean, the whole Coliseum thing and that other kind of success was, I wasn't even thinking that far. This was just like, man, it worked.
Yeah.
It was so crazy because we don't know each other from Adam. Even at that point, we don't know each other from Adam.
We would learn in interviews about one another.
About each other?
Yeah. Like, I didn't know you did that.
Now, as you started to get famous, I'm just curious about this kind of stuff, you know, because fame and popularity is such like it's an interesting thing, right? And it's its own thing because you can't exactly plan for it. Like, were there things that you kind of missed kind of immediately about that? Like, because once it starts to happen, it's hard to put it. You can't really put your life back into that old jug, really.
No, and you don't see it coming. You can't plan for it, no matter where it is. I think, you know, even if you grew up around it, which I didn't, but I can remember. This is so strange, Theo. I can remember going home after the first, like, say, run, the real like tour when we were opening for Reboot or whatever, and my wife and mother-in-law going. She said, "You've changed." I'm like, "What?" She says, "You changed." She said, "You're not the same." And it's like, I didn't feel like anything was any abnormal other than I was going out on a bus and singing in front of people. I didn't come back going, you know, hey, I'm famous.
Yeah.
Yeah. But people's perception of you changes, you know, don't you think?
Yeah. And it is. And it's kind of uncomfortable because you kind of wish it wouldn't.
Well, you need that safety net of normalcy, you know, come back to, especially at home. And it was just kind of, all of a sudden you're getting pushed in the corner in a way by that, whatever perception is of fame. I just did a bunch of acid, so we're heavy with this.
Oh, I'm not even here.
Yeah, no. This shit's just it's coming out of the cosmic space right now. Oh, mushroom, not acid. Acid's out.
I think that it's funny. My wheels are turning just thinking about those times. And honestly, I love, somebody made a statement one time, we're having a conversation like this, and said, yeah, I want to be a star, I want to be a star, I want to be a star. Will you people please leave me alone? You know, I've never felt that way.
Like that.
You know, I mean, like Ronnie for so many years. I was 36, he was 38 when we met, you know, with nothing going on, really. And I mean, that's pretty old to just get started with a career where you're put together by a record company and to think you're going to have a 30-year plus run or something, you know?
Well, we didn't think about the 30-plus year run.
I know, that's what I mean.
Our philosophy was, hey, you got 3 to 5 years. All right, let's maximize it. Let's take what little money we make. And I was going to go, our big, Janine, my wife and I just got married in Oklahoma. So our goal was, you know what, interest rates are like 10%. And this was back, tells you how far back it was. Interest rates are 10%. We make $1 million. We can live off $100,000 a year and live like kings. You know, that we drove up to the first house, bought this little house in Nashville, and go, we're just here for a little while. Save your money.
Yeah.
You know.
Honestly, I don't know if you remember this, Ronnie, but we were sitting in the Nashville airport, just shooting the bull, and we've always just, I guess, had kind of a natural just a couple of guys, and we're smart asses, just goofballing all the time, talking to people just like we are today. And anyway, these two girls came over, and I saw three of them over there talking, and they came over and asked if they could get an autograph, and they had a CD and whatever. And, we just shot the bull back and forth a little bit and whatever. And I mean, they were sweet and whatever. We signed their CDs, and I've always been happy to do that. Glad anybody cares,
Oh, yeah.
And, man, a couple of minutes later, their friend comes over and said, "Our friends told us what you said. We're getting rid of all our CDs. We've always thought y'all were so great." And just teed up on us. And we're looking at each other and going, I'm trying to remember this conversation, what I could have possibly said that. And I like to think of myself as a good guy, nice guy, and have always respected our fans and everything else. I'm like, what just happened? But it made me realize that moment, that minute that we spent together totally wraps somebody's impression of you and what kind of human you are, and how they'll tell everybody they meet for the rest of their lives that they're just jerks. And that's the part.
Did you ever find out what you said?
I have no idea what we said. You were involved.
No,
you sound like you must have been
Yeah,
involved.
that's what I'm thinking. What did you say?
No, I wasn't there. Don't suck me down that rabbit hole.
It does feel like you get on this
right.
1 minute game show to prove to somebody that you're okay or something. I don't know. Yeah, that stuff. It's like
a job interview. You got to be quick.
Yeah. And and the job is you want them to think you're okay or something.
You're the guy for the job in 1 minute.
Yeah.
Right? You can do it. I can't.
Yeah, that kind of stuff gets a little tricky. Was it tough? Like, what about like having a family and stuff and touring so much? Like, what were things that like? Yeah, what's that like? Like,
dude,
is it hectic?
Dude, I had just been married. We just got married, came up, and June Carter Cash gave us a little cabin on top of the hill, next, not far from their house to live in.
Wow.
And so, nice little house, like something out of a magazine, and but it was on top of a mountain by itself, and so was she. Boom, we get a hit right out of the gate. We're gone, and it wasn't too long. It's like, we had like cell phones, but we didn't, thank God, have cameras. But I started getting these terrorist faxes, I called them. Like, she would fax the hotel, because I talk long enough. We talk so long on the phone. They go, okay, all right, I'll be home, in 2 weeks. I know, I understand. I get it. I love you. Bye. Ring. I'm not answering the phone. That ain't gonna happen. So not 10 minutes later, I get this knock on the door. And it's like they slide this stack of faxes underneath. So she started faxing me. It's like, what the hell? And this goes on for, I don't know, a few months, and we sorted it out. But to this day, man, she's. I had to go to therapy over it.
Oh, I'm sure. With her or without her?
With her, at her request, obviously. Because I'm broken, she's not. Anyway, that's a long thing.
Eric Chenault had one of those because we had a cell phone per se on tour, but it was like something that the Army would use. It had a suitcase thing that it was in and all that.
The second you press the button, a helicopter would come by. And you're like,
like $18 a minute.
A long way from
$18 a minute. Bro,
it's important.
It wasn't cheap, man.
It wasn't. Yeah, but it wasn't with our wives or anything. We were a little.
No, we didn't give our wives a number.
It's important. It's strictly a beer phone.
And pizza.
You're like, we need an airdrop now.
Right. Oh.
I recently had a subscription that I'd forgot about. It was a content monitoring app that I was using on my phone and computer. Thankfully, Rocket Money helped me. Can you name every single subscription you have? I know I can't name all of mine, no doubt. And I'm not alone. I just learned that over 74% of people have subscriptions they've forgotten about. With Rocket Money, I don't have to remember every subscription or worry about forgetting any because I can see them all laid out in front of me. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps you find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all of the app's features. Stop wasting money on things you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions by going to rocketmoney.com/Theo. That's rocketmoney.com/Theo. rocketmoney.com/Theo. When you think about a business that's selling through the roof, like Alo or Allbirds or Skims, sure, you think about a great product, a cool brand, and a brilliant marketing. But an often overlooked secret is actually the business behind the business, making selling simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. Nobody does selling better than Shopify, home of the #1 checkout on the planet, and the not-so-secret secret with Shop Pay that boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts going abandoned and way more sales going. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout that Alo and Allbirds uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/Theo, all lowercase. That's right. Go to shopify.com/THEO, lowercase, to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/Theo. Hey, this episode is brought to you by Manscaped, the global leader in men's lifestyle and grooming. Every man knows the unbeatable feeling of a fresh barbershop shave. Woo. Now, what if I told you that you no longer have to wait weeks or even months between appointments to experience it? Introducing Manscaped's latest release, the Chairman Pro Package. I used it this morning. The all-in-one set includes everything you need to recreate the luxury of a professional shave right at home. Whether you're after the daily, silky, smooth finish or prefer to maintain a rugged 5 o'clock shadow, the Chairman Pro Package has you covered. Head over to manscaped.com and join the over 10 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped by using code Theo for 20% off and free shipping. Get the Chairman Pro Package today and experience a shave that is as smooth as you deserve it. It has everything you need to keep your face looking and feeling its best. All in one box. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code Theo at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping with the code Theo at manscaped.com.
But my kids were on the bus. That was in the summer. It was good because we were still playing a lot of fairs and stuff back then, and it was kind of like summer vacation. Honestly, it wasn't. Never mind. Fortunately, we did have some success and made a little money, and were able to get our own buses pretty early. Is the reason we're still sitting here having this conversation.
Amen.
There were 13 of us on one bus for a year with the merchandise, boxes of T-shirts and stuff like that. And then one of our guitar players slept in the back with the merchandise.
There's always that weird
It was Animal
guy.
House. It was
that guy, Human Gerbil. He's back there just burrowing in a bunch of extra larges back there.
It was absolute Animal House.
He just covered himself with 9 mediums back there, And
it was a guy named Bird Burton who was a famous guitar player for the Amazing Rhythm Aces and a bunch of rock stuff. And he'd come up there, bless his heart. We were really trying to keep him around. But so how you have the sofa in the back with the merchandise? He goes, we don't have any blankets, so you sleep under T-shirts, right? Anyway, it was Animal House.
It was like Animal House.
Yeah, we had one guy that's like all the bunks. Like there's 9 or 6 to a side, I think.
Yeah,
and then the back lounge, and there's one guy that we called him Fred Sanford. He was the junk man, and you couldn't stop at a truck stop, and he wouldn't go in and like buy a freaking CD.
Well, it sounded like a
CB radio and a bunch of chips. You'd hear him at 4 in the morning. Like,
turn over and be like an Ace Hardware in his bunk. You clanking around.
Chip bags crinkling at night and stuff. And like, what? And then all of a sudden there's the wall and then the bunks, and you see like their chip bag would like fall down through the next guy. It's like, God dang, man. It was crazy stuff.
Truck stops are great though.
Oh, man, so much
good
fun.
stuff in there, especially when you cross the border. Early on, Faith Hill was opening up for us, and
oh wow, huh?
yeah, and I forget. Oh, and Wade
All the
Hayes.
boys love that.
And y'all struck out with her, I guess.
Yeah,
Damn,
man.
huh? No judgment.
We got stranded in Canada in a snowstorm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff.
God couldn't have set the table any better
It
for
was
one
tough,
of you guys.
man. It was rough.
Yeah.
So in the first truck stop, I go in and I'm looking at all their cool stuff in the freezer in Canada, and it was an eel. It was a frozen eel in the freezer, and I'm like, wow. So I bought it. I mean, I have no idea what I'm going to do with this, but I couldn't resist.
But that was a phase when everybody started interrupting. But that was a phase when everybody was playing pranks on the road.
Oh, yeah.
Faith. And Faith was like, she was one of the guys. I mean, you had to have to keep up with that. She would throw stuff.
And an eel could come in handy
curveballs at you.
in all kinds of regards.
And who'd even had an eel? Some people don't even.
Canadians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was the point. It's why you bought it. It's like, look at this. What the hell?
So
It's kind of a little bit of a nicer snake. It's the most Canadian thing, you know?
Yeah. But we get to the end of the tour, and sure enough, I walk by, we're fixing to go to the, stage Faith is on next, and Wade Hayes had just gotten off stage. I went by to tell him, good show and whatever, and he's kind of leaned over. He's looking pretty peaked, and I'm like, dude, you okay? He's like, no, man. It's like, Faith put salt in my drinking water on stage tonight. I go, oh, and
Made
he
him
was
sick to his
yeah,
stomach.
made him sick. So I'm like, that's wrong. I go, I got you, dude. So she was at
Get back, bro.
she's in a hotel, but we had the codes to her room and her fictitious name, whatever she was using at the time. So me and Doug make a run. Well, first I put the eel in the microwave, and the eel didn't even have a head. I mean, and then once you thawed him out, he got real slimy, So we head over there.
Heartbreaking childhood it must have had.
Dude, you know it. And
You bring your own food.
pull back the covers and just laid him out right where those pretty little feet were going to go, kind of pushed it down. So we put the covers back, just made it look really good. Anyway, and the next, didn't hear a thing. She didn't say anything. We just keep waiting for the other shoe to fall. Nothing. So we're going through customs, getting back into the States the next day, and I go through, and, lady's going, she goes, Mr. Brooks. I go, yes. She goes, I need you to come over here to the side. I go, yeah. She goes, apparently there's been a complaint filed against you about some stolen jewelry by Miss Faith Hill. And she starts pulling this rubber glove on. And I go,
Look,
Don't do that.
It ain't in there.
You better not be kidding her.
I swear to God.
she couldn't hold it. No, she finally broke. I go, come on. It's not our first day. Wait, leave me alone. You're not even in this game.
You did sing a little higher that night.
The world was fun then, too, when things were a little bit more simple,
Oh, yeah. In a lot of ways.
Yeah. That was a lot of fun, man. And you couldn't capture the moment as much, so you had to enjoy the moment because that was the only, you know what I'm saying?
Well, you got too much downtime. I mean, it was not, if you're not on stage doing something creative, you're doing something destructively creative on the backside.
Oh, yeah.
You've been out there.
It's the dark arts out there, brother.
It is.
Did you guys ever have a comedian that opened up for you guys? I know sometimes they used to do that on shows.
Gary Muledeer.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, still a good friend. Love Gary. Yeah, we did Vegas?
Vegas a couple times.
Yeah.
With him.
It's hysterical.
I don't know how many times, but he was out with us quite a bit.
That's a tough gig, I feel like. Well, he played guitar as well.
Gary's like he does play guitar, and it's incredible because we did a show together out in California not too long ago. And he played because he's got a Johnny Cash voice, and he'll do Ring of Fire or something like that every now and then. He's hysterical though, just real straight faced joke teller, and can just break you down.
I got to tap in with him. I've heard of him before. I've seen a lot of because comedians, you go to the next club and the other person's just been there, and I've seen a lot of his, seen his name a ton over the years, but I've never
Been
gotten to watch
around
him.
forever. But he actually performed a song, and it was, God, I bet this thing had 20 verses. And it was, I'm not kidding. It was but it was a real country music analog kind of take you through this whole journey of thing. It was really neat. Big time stand to because I've seen him perform. I don't even know how many times at this point. And everybody there was like, wow, you got that off your chest. And he did not tell a single joke.
Really?
He sang that one song and left the stage. And it
So
was
it was
so cool.
But it was a humorous song.
No, it wasn't funny. It was a real song. And it was neat.
But he was a comedian. He is a comedian.
He's a great comedian, yeah.
But maybe that's his ideal comedy.
Him and
For a
Roger
minute,
Miller him and Roger Miller toured together.
Wow.
And you've heard of people doing these Rogerisms, these funny things that he told he knows all of them. So I mean, if you ever run into him, get him going on Roger because he's one of the great historians, the keepers of the Rogerisms too. Great guy, funny comedian.
Yeah, I need to run into him. Yeah, what do you feel like being a duo? Were there other duos that like in music that reached out to you guys over the years to help learn how to navigate that that template kind of? Does that make any sense to you?
Yeah, it does make sense, but no. As friendly as they say that the world of country music is, it's so darn competitive. Everybody hates one another. They act like they don't on TV. But
You think people are really competitive though?
oh heck yeah,
Yeah?
no, big time competitive. One of my favorite things is Dolly Parton in an interview years and years ago. They were talking about somebody and she just goes, "Oh honey, there's room for everybody." No, there's not.
Yeah.
You want to get down to it? No, there's not.
What's the most competitive part? Is it people trying to get the best songs? Is it like, where does the competition really come in, do you feel like? Because that's interesting.
I think just by nature to be here and be in this game, be in your game or anything, that there's a competitive, don't you feel? There's a competitive dynamic that runs through it.
Especially in the beginning, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you want to catch up, like how many number ones do you have? Who had a number one this week? Who has it?
Oh, yeah.
And we can be cool and like sit back and go, we don't care. It's no big deal. We're not in it for that. We're in it for the love. Yeah. And that's not the case.
Well,
but that's also healthy. It's what keeps you going.
We do make some real friends along the way.
We have.
I mean,
Yeah.
you do.
Yeah.
There are people that your competition. I mean, David Lee Murphy is a great example. You
Who is
said you
he?
wrote with him yesterday. The song "Dust on the Bottle"?
Mm-hmm.
I'd be a little. That's
Dust
David Lee
on the
Murphy. Yeah, it was
bottle.
him
Yeah.
singing,
Let
him
it
writing.
fool ya.
Turned
He's
into
a North
writing a lot of great
Southern rocker
songs
kinda.
too. Yeah. And we both got here in 79, literally swept floors for Charlie Daniels for $30 a night. I was, getting rent paid and playing writers' nights and stuff. And still he's on tour with us now and, going out with us next year. We toured with again last year and we've toured together before. We've got real friends that the competition, I can't say, I don't know, maybe it does go away or something. And at some point in your life, I think you have a certain amount of success. You still want to succeed, but it's like you're not so ferocious.
Yeah.
Like when you start and everything matters. And it's not that everything doesn't matter anymore, but it's like everything kind of turn down the heat a little bit. Let's simmer here and see if we can't do something real, something good. Now we kind of know you build confidence too. Again, like I said, Ronnie and I, we didn't figure we'd go a year or two. That's why we were desperate pretty much through our whole career. Is just kind of, this isn't going to work. We're always doubting ourselves.
Yeah.
Always trying to do anything we could. To do something really special because it's probably going to be our last song, our last video. I mean, we've always kind of felt a little desperate, I think.
Does it feel like it's out of your control sometimes as a musician? Because a lot of it is what songs you get, right? And you can write your own songs, or you can write them with other people. But does it ever feel like it's out of your control, kind of like how well you keep doing? Or does it feel like it's in your control?
You know what it is. I mean, 60, 70%. I don't know how much you can add to the dynamic.
I can add up to 100%.
Of luck, right? No, I'll go there.
I guess. I don't know. We could try to do more. I can't even. I don't know how we would
it's
do
luck.
it.
A lot of it is luck, but it's that thing. If you're working, and at it, and luck strikes, just like you're ready for it. You know, you got your ball mitt on, bang, catch it, and work from there. But we work hard at it. We're songwriters before we're
right. That's a great point. So y'all weren't up there just, hey, somebody sell me a hit. You're like, I have the ability to make my own.
It's all about the song. It's all about the song. And then as you move through the business, you meet people that are pitching you, giving you good songs too, and you can't write them all, and
timing has a lot to do with it too.
Yeah.
It really does.
What do you mean by that?
That's luck too.
Yeah, certainly that is. It's all,
luck is just time. Yeah, time is just luck with a clock, huh?
There you go. That's great. Write that down.
We both had some kind of solo record deals before we had a duo deal. Ronnie was singing his ass off before I met him. Why, at 38 years old, why wasn't he a star already?
Right.
I don't know.
Quit bringing up age.
I'm just saying. It's 38 years older. You afraid of that?
You only look 39.
I wish I was.
Yeah, is it tough to age gracefully? Is it tough to be like, because even I notice it, in my own career, it's like, you start to do good and you're like, oh, well, I'm getting older. And then you're like, you start to see the younger guys that are doing well and you're like, oh, well, this is all gonna, is there a graceful way for this to end, or does it just end, or like?
I think you just play that one by ear, and I keep telling people I'm going to die in denial related to age. It's like, I'm not going to know how old I am. Yeah. I don't want to know. It pisses me off to see every article, there's somebody, they're writing stuff and you go, well, and so, 80 years old, whatever, leave age out of this.
I think
Willie's out there rocking. He's cool.
Oh yeah,
right.
yeah.
Go to Willie. He'd be the standard bearer for that. But no, I mean McCartney. They're still out. They're still out doing their thing.
Yeah, I was actually saw him in a couple of months ago. We were in the same bathroom at the same time.
Wow, what'd you do?
Huh?
What'd you do?
Just a number one.
Did you try to shake his hand or anything?
Oh no, I didn't do anything like that.
Huh?
I freeze.
Hey, I just let it be, dude.
Let it be.
That was a little.
Wow, you said something to him.
I think I honestly probably said like good day or something like that. Like I think I was probably trying to welcome him in like a British tone or something.
Good day, mate. Right?
Yeah.
I freeze anytime I get around somebody that's
don't call him
really
mate.
famous.
Oh,
I box like that. Right, good day.
They don't.
No, you're in Ireland.
They're
good
like,
day, mate.
No, they're like prisoners from England or something. Good
He
grief.
must have been like this guy.
I'm never cool around somebody famous. Wish I could be.
Yeah, were there guys like that coming up that you guys met? Or what question had I just asked? Let me make sure I stay on topic. Sorry.
Were you ever in the bathroom with Paul McCartney?
Tell us about the time you and McCartney were in the bathroom.
Oh, one time I went to one time I was also in the bathroom with, I'll go through them all. Montel Williams, okay? He was a talk show host, and Kid Rock one time, and I urinated right between them, dude.
Oh, wow.
And
That's a danger zone. That's a DMZ, man.
Yeah, it really is, dude. Yeah.
Incoming. You make the wrong move there, anything could go happen, right?
Either way, it was
Just want to
big
try
trouble.
and shake hands just to see what they're going to do, though.
No.
Hey, man, it's just, I've always,
Especially if you reach over the stall
yeah,
top.
Johnny Cash said that you asked the strangest thing like that ever happened to him, and he said that he was in a stall in the airport or something. He said this paper slips under the wall. I was like, we're good.
Don't touch it.
Yeah, I don't have a pencil.
Like, hey, that paper likes men. That's all I'm saying.
We're good.
So you guys got to meet Johnny Cash?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
What was he like just as a regular guy? Was he like a friendly guy? Was he kind of like a stoic guy?
Stoic, quiet by nature when you first meet him. And that in and of itself is intimidating.
Oh yeah.
And then as you get to know him, he's a 17-year-old kid. That was it. I mean, he'd do just crazy. Funny as all get out.
Yeah.
Yeah. My wife, her first husband, invented the car one piece at a time. And Johnny's saying about it, one piece at a time. Anyway,
built that car.
he built the car.
Oh, built that car one piece at a time?
I'm sorry, yeah.
The song.
He built the car, so he...
Or Johnny really built a car? Sorry, I'm confused.
No,
Wrote a song.
her ex-wife built the car about the song that Johnny sang.
Got it.
One
He
Piece
liked
at
a song,
Time.
and him and his bud said, "Man, let's build it. Let's actually build it."
They were always going around. They owned strip coal mines in Oklahoma, and he
Johnny did, or his friends?
no Janine, my wife's.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, so they were well acquainted. They all became fast friends, traveled the world together. I mean, really, really tight. And so when I was brought in, her husband passed away. And when I was brought in, it's like she's marrying or dating a musician, you know. And Janine goes, I'm going to take you to John and June's house in Nashville. The first time that she did it from Oklahoma. And I went, no, I don't really want to do that. You know, I just kind of saw that one coming, you know. And John,
Wow.
and of course, John's real quiet.
And would you wear over that? Did you get dressed up or what?
You know, black, all black. No, I mean, or jeans, what I have on now, this kind of stuff. And
Were you nervous or not? You remember?
yeah. I was super shy and quiet, and then I'm kind of coming out of my shell a little bit these days. But he was obviously glad to see her. I mean, I'm the new kid on the block. You know, you don't just screw it. It's like
who's
going
just long drink
taking
of
your
water,
girlfriend.
huh?
Yeah, your girlfriend bringing you over to meet her parents.
Who's just pervert or whatever? Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I don't know you, but yeah,
Right.
I mean,
Well, yeah.
I'm a pervert, so I'm sure most of us are.
No, that goes with it.
Okay.
You can't be in a band and not be a pervert.
Yeah,
anyway,
amen, dude,
and Johnny knew that. Right? Being a pervert himself,
Oh yeah, who isn't, man?
right?
Dude, if you show me 70 people, y'all show you 70
Right.
perverts.
You in a band?
dude.
You a comedian? Yeah, you're a pervert.
Wow, that's pretty fascinating though. And did people look up to him as was he as because now he's almost there's an idolatry about him in a way. You know, you see the T-shirts with the Johnny Cash and just says Cash on it, like.
No, he's always been that way.
It's always
been
been like
forever.
that.
Listen, here's a funny thing. So the log cabin that they had us live in.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so June did that for Janine, not for me. You know, called her and said, "Look, okay, this guy's going to try to make it in the music business. You know, good luck. It ain't going to happen, but we'll give you a place to live.
Okay.
Right?
We'll give you a flammable home.
Right. A temporary residence, okay? Because it's not going to last long till I find you a guy with money. All right. So thank God we have these hits right off the bat, and suddenly June goes, "Whoo, okay, you're in." You know, she told Janine during that first visit, she said, "Look, here's how it goes down." She says, the odds are 1,000,000 to 1. No, 10 billion to 1. You know, they'll make it, and if he does, it's not going to last long. It's just that's the nature of the business. And number 3, they're all crazy if they do make it for a long time. You know, so she called her babies. It was Waylon Jennings, Willie Nelson, Hank Jr., Larry Gatlin. I mean, just the wild boys of that era. And John,
the feral.
Yeah. So she goes, you know, this look, you know,
The uninsurable,
They put
we'll
us
call
through hell, right? She says, so get ready. You know, she said, there's no good to it. There's no. So anyway, where was I? With Johnny, you said, was he stoic and stuff? First day there, June takes Janine, and they leave the house to go shopping.
No, so it's just you and him?
And me and John in that house alone, okay?
Oh, you go to the bathroom and stay in there for at least a minute to get ready to and
yes,
plant some
sir.
stuff.
It's like I'm the unwelcome guest, or at least I'm feeling that way.
Oh, for sure.
And,
You are.
and they're John's quiet anyway. He hasn't like.
And what's he just polishing a gun or something?
No. Probably. Yes, pretty close to it. He comes out of the far end of the house. There are 2 black leather recliners in front of this TV. And he sits down and he's watching like CNN or whatever. And I sit in the next one, just sitting there, and no one says anything. I'm like, longest day of my life. I didn't know what to say to him because he didn't talk. But now I know what I know. He didn't talk to anybody.
Right.
And all of a sudden, out of the blue, he goes, "You see these news reels here, these things." He said, "That's a loop." And he said, "You know, I'm an addict." And I went, "Okay." And he goes, "I used to sit and watch TV for days until those loops would end, and then," he said, "it would start a whole other cycle of the news." And he's explaining, you know, how TV works to me and that stuff. And through the eyes of being high.
Yeah.
And shortly after that, it seemed like 2 days that we were sitting there. It's probably a couple hours. And Janine and June come back. And they've been shopping at Steinmart. And
I like Steinmart, actually. Some of the sleeves are a little different.
Well, June took her there in her new blue Rolls Royce that John had just given her for her. So there's a little yin yang there.
Yeah.
Janine was just pale white. Now she knows no strangers, so you never see Janine down. So she kind of walked in. She was like, she'd just been scared by a ghost, and so I kind of peeled away and met her in the back of the house. I said, "What happened?" She goes, "I'll tell you later. I can't talk about it." Well, June had read her the right act on all this stuff I just told you about. They're not going to last, da, 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 da. And I said, "Can we go now?" She goes, "No, we got one more day." He goes, "Stay with us, please."
One more day.
Right. But no sooner did we get here, and they were the most absolute supportive people in the world. John came up one day. We were getting ready to shoot the CD cover for Brand New Man, the first CD. And I said, he was always into everything. He goes, "What are you going to wear? How are you going to look? How you do your hair?" Or that kind of stuff, into image. I said, "Well, I don't know." I said, I've got a few ideas. He goes, "All right, I'll be back." He said, left, getting his Mercedes. He shot out. It's down the hill. He needed a goat to get up the mountain to it. He goes flying down the hill. I guess he goes home, comes back in an hour or so, opens the trunk of the car, reaches in, and hands me this black suit. And he goes, "I had this back in 1972. It's made by Manuel." And he goes, "I was sick back then," which meant he was sick.
Yeah.
Right. So he was skinny enough for me to wear my skinny ass to get in that suit, And he goes, "Don't tell June. She doesn't like me giving stuff away." And I have it to this day. I wore it on the back of that CD cover.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
that's crazy.
Oh, it was, hey, man.
Check the pockets, dude. Let's party. I bet that thing's got something.
She was something, and the parties there, too, was strictly lemonade and iced tea.
Really keeping it sober?
Keeping it completely sober on the table, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
And nothing in the back kitchen. I mean, she was pretty.
She wore the pants in that deal, huh?
Yeah. At that
was she pretty much because he probably needed somebody to really care for him. Yeah.
Let me add spice to that little story. Is that particular weekend that we were there, he was on furlough from rehab. Okay, and
how long do you have to be in rehab? You get furloughed. I thought that was a military.
I don't know.
thing.
That's Johnny Cash, right?
Only Johnny Cash would have went to
right.
Only he would have went to boot camp for rehab.
Right. And so all of a sudden at the end,
how many tours did he do?
Right. Oh, he did a lot. But the day before he's supposed to go back, this is a Saturday. He's going back on Sunday. He comes down with the flu.
Yeah.
June's having no part of that. She's completely just no, we're done. So. She wanted to talk to him, and we're caught in the middle of that. And I'm going, "Can we go home now? Can we go home now?" She said, no, not yet.
Please go home.
Janine can tell this story better than I can. But so June goes to Janine. She goes, "Y'all have to drive me to the hospital. Take him to the hospital here in Hendersonville. Make sure, just see what's wrong with him." She says, "I'm not talking to him." She says, "He can walk as far as I'm concerned." I said, "Okay, we got it." So we get in the car, start to get in the car. John wants to drive.
Yeah.
Okay. So John drives.
He drove?
Yeah, man. But it was like pedal to the metal, boom, off all the way. Pedal to the metal. And Jenny said, he just drives
because you
like
start
that
nodding
period.
off and you nod back on.
Right.
You nod
Right.
off, you nod
So we get to the hospital, and they're rolling him in a wheelchair. And Janine goes up to the desk to give him all the information, and they take John back. And he's there maybe an hour. And then we come back, and he goes up to his room, his hospital room at the house. He's playing it up, man. He's like, "I got pneumonia. I can't go back." He's going, "You're going back to rehab." So June goes, "Well, how did it go, Janine?" She goes, "Well, they asked for his doctor." And June goes, "Oh, hon, he's in rehab."
The doctor was in
rehab?
rehab?
The doctor was in rehab.
Oh, Lord.
He goes, "Oh, sweetie, no.
He hadn't made furlough yet.
Dr. Nick's in rehab." I said, "Okay, we can go now, right?" She goes, pretty soon."
Wow, that's a great story.
That's my first Johnny Cash and June Carter.
Unbelievable.
Experience.
We had Ric Flair. We spoke with him one time, the famous wrestler, him, and he's quite a character. And he was in a rehab center, and the doctor that it got it put in there with him, and he was in there. And one day they're giving pills to both of them, and he's like, "Why are you giving pills to the doctor?" And I'm like, "No, the doctor's in here now." We're like, "Damn."
Yeah. I mean,
So apparently that's part of the deal, man.
well, it's just everywhere. Let's say that.
Oh yeah, look, so many of my friends. I mean, I go to recovery meetings. So many people deal with that sort of stuff. Was it tough for you guys to keep it clean over the years? Did you guys get tempted with drugs or alcohol, or what was that like?
Never.
I don't know. Really?
Tempted with drugs or alcohol?
Yeah.
No, not me. Did you, Ronnie?
I'll go with you. I want you to explain this.
We might have took a drink or two along the way. I don't know. I think Ronnie took a lot of pills, but I never did.
Ooh, whoops. Foul. Yeah, but I have allergies.
Oh, now you do.
A lot of allergies.
I've never seen somebody that dust will give it to you, brother.
I'm from Louisiana too, dude. I started drinking at a very early age.
Yeah, that's true. Huh? Wow. Was it hard? Yeah. Were there certain points where you guys had to like tell each, like, at what point do you guys ever have to be like each other's like,
caretaker?
Yeah, or not caretaker in the sense like actually physically, but just like, and then how hard is it to take that suggestion from the other guy, like from the other lead?
We don't do it much. I mean, that's one of the unique dynamics about how we, the relationship we have. We don't do that. If it is, it'll be some comment in passing, and you'll know. So, honestly, we sit here and laugh about this stuff, but there's not a lot of nonsense that goes on. It's like we're up there to do what we do. We appreciate where we are, and God knows we know the pitfalls.
Yeah.
And have we ever been overserved on stage or whatever like that?
Yes.
Has anyone ever told us?
you slurring your words?
You're slurring your words.
No.
Slurring your vehicle. I've been told that before.
You've already written that song. Don't write it again in the middle of it, that kind of shit. But we've had a few faux pas that people don't believe when I tell them this. We have never, we're both, hard-headed whatevers. I came from a pipeline background, same with him, and it's we have never raised our voices to each other.
Wow.
Have we ever been mad at each other? Yeah. Have we ever been pissed at each other? Yeah, for sure.
We'll go off and pout.
But that's it. We've always been able to go to our separate corners and come back later.
In some of that, you think it was just because you like started to achieve your most success that people would know you from once you were older? Like, you think if it would have been younger, like, do you ever think of like the blessings of that? Because it's kind of a blessing and a curse, because everybody wants to be 27 and famous, Yeah. But if you're 38 and you get popular, it feels a little different,
Has a lot to do with it. You appreciate it,
Exactly.
Yeah, because there was a point for a long time where there was no plan B.
Yeah.
And we both felt that, and so you learn to you appreciate it. It's just beaten into you through the ranks.
Yeah, dude, we used to slow dance to y'all's music, dude. I would be so nervous, dude. God, dude. I just couldn't even. I would stand so far away from the girl, like as far as I could, but still touching her a little, like this kind of,
barely touching her. 2 fingers.
You were down in the trenches, man. You were on the floor. See, we're up there on the bandstand going, that don't look right.
Just go on, dude. Go on. Get up against it. Go on. What are you doing?
I couldn't get up. It was too
in that line dance thing, man.
Whole front of my body sweating. I was like, I never knew you could sweat just in one hemisphere of your body.
And never move.
You guys, we were talking about songwriting earlier. You guys, your new album has a lot of like some of my favorites on, and people that we've been able to have on the podcast before. I think Ernest is on, Hardy, Morgan.
Yeah. Lainey
Wilson, who's how amazing is Lainey Wilson?
She's great.
She's special, man. She's special.
She's a Louisiana girl.
She's from right up the road from where my farm is.
Yeah?
Yeah. We're honestly 18 miles apart.
Oh, that is close.
You're from Covington, I think I saw somewhere.
Yeah,
Did you really grow up there?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah, I grew up there. Our town we have this tallest statue of Ronald Reagan there. Somebody stole the arm, but they got it back.
They got it back?
Yeah, somebody was
How'd they get it off?
I don't know. Probably.
What kind of, is it bronze or
It was. I think it's bronze. Bring it
concrete
up.
or something?
Oh no, it's special.
Oh, there you
metal.
go. So which
might be.
arm?
Huh?
Was he the arm? His right arm or his left arm?
I'm not sure. You can Google that too. How they get the arm off?
Yeah.
You can
Ronald
weld that
Reagan.
stuff.
You can Google that? How'd they get the arm off?
How'd they get the arm off of Reagan? I don't know. In Covington, Louisiana.
A lot of welders down there, right?
First of all,
they got
Covington.
torches.
There are a lot of welders down
Yeah,
there.
exactly. They got torches.
That's pipeline country, man.
Damn right. We can get an arm off. You want an arm? Yeah.
How
Well,
far?
They
How far?
tried to recycle it. That's how they caught the guy.
What?
And yeah, he took it to like the local aluminum.
Oh, because he's thinking it's maybe copper or something.
yeah.
He can buy some
so he's
crack.
like, I'm gonna get me. Hell yeah, I'm gonna get me a couple $100 for this.
Yeah, right.
damn arm.
Yeah, they cut it off. I guarantee he's a welder.
Yeah. Look at Ronnie. Ouch.
Oh, that was in Poland. Yeah, so they must have done it, but they did it by us too. Somebody got it off, but they got it back on.
It was a copycat
What?
thing.
A copycat arm thief. Wow. That's dark.
What?
No, they did it in Poland.
How far? Okay, how far is Covington from El Dorado, Arkansas? Because
A long way.
Is
They're in
it?
South Louisiana.
Okay.
Yeah, he's close to Baton Rouge.
Because we talk a lot about northern Louisiana, where their farm is, and Monroe, and all that. So, all my grandparents are from El Dorado, Arkansas. So
Okay,
they
it's
live
beautiful country out there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty. Shreveport's kind of gone through it's been through some things,
Yeah, it's pretty funky, which is where I went to school.
Oh yeah,
Whatever, yeah.
they just tore down the tallest building in Shreveport.
What?
Really?
Bring it down, doing them.
Not the Beck building.
This was they did a beautiful implosion. I watched it the other day on TikTok.
Wow, I wonder if that's where it was. That's where my father's office was.
Was it a drone attack?
I don't. I mean, dude, I don't.
The tallest building in Shreveport. What?
There it is.
They just brought it down. Yeah, I think it was the.
That's a bank building.
Yeah, it was a bank building. You're
Yeah,
right.
because the
The middle
so
with
the
Nicholas
Beck building's 20 stories.
Must have been the richest building in town.
No,
Look at
that's
that.
it.
Well, that's
Is
pretty
that it?
fancy right there.
Beautiful building. Look at all those
What'd they tear it up for?
real glass windows on them.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's it
Look
right
at
there.
that.
Though.
Wow.
Probably somebody's wife was
Look
trying to
at all
get
the
in a
buildings
settlement.
around it. It wasn't the tallest, it was the only.
Probably, probably for a casino.
It could have been, man.
Yeah.
Shreveport's kind of wild. That whole, I've been like, there's a lot of haunted. Everything's there seems kind of haunted.
That's Louisiana in general.
Yeah.
It's like New Orleans. You know,
Yeah, everything's haunted.
You
Like
know,
you want to buy this haunted biscuit or whatever. You're like,
monkey foot. Yeah.
It's $2 extra. It's got some damn ghost jam in it or whatever.
Right.
you know?
Everything does. It's got voodoo all over it.
Is that hot?
I hope so.
Ghost
dude.
jam. Yeah.
I just think, but yeah, everything in New Orleans haunted. It's like, oh, you ever been this haunted? This is haunted. You know, it's like a nursery for children, but it's haunted.
Okay, so I read this article the other day. Well, I guess it was online. It's like the top 10 most least desirable states to live in, and Louisiana was number one.
Oh wow,
I can't imagine that.
that's what I'm
right?
saying, bro.
Like,
Come on,
champs.
no, you got out. You got
Because it's
out.
haunted.
Hey,
Everybody's not into haunted.
Look at you. You're
Apparently-
rich and famous.
49 states worth of people that aren't into haunted.
Yeah, people
Good.
don't like shit haunted,
Yeah,
bro.
y'all just stay off there. We'll keep
I forget what it
gators
was.
in
I
our
forget what it was
hanks.
based on. It was-
Oh, you want to live in the natural realm? That's fine, bitch. We're doing other
yeah,
stuff.
you don't have a monkey foot under your pillow, hanging from your
Fine
hair.
then.
Yeah, you don't have a baby that's chewing on a lucky rabbit's
I know.
foot.
You wouldn't-
That's your problem.
You wouldn't know a hoodoo man from Colonel Sanders. What?
Bro, everything there is haunted or soaking wet, dude.
Yeah.
That's Louisiana.
Humid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Or mildewed.
Humid.
Yeah, everything's got a little bit of mold on it.
We go down there. You go down there all the time because you got your farms down there in place, and all your buddies from Shreveport.
Love it.
We go down there and duck hunt, like on the marshes.
Oh,
Got
yeah.
some buddy that's
I've never been duck hunting.
Yeah, it's
Going
cool.
next week.
Are you?
Oh, yeah.
Is it more enjoyable than turkey hunting, or do you feel is there some
I
difference?
think
to
so.
it?
I like stuff flying. You know, I've shot my share of turkeys, but really don't care about popping them anymore. It's like, you know, it's like, do something. You know, you're like, gay.
Yeah.
I'm over here.
Yeah. It's almost like you're attacking like a bird in a wheelchair or something.
Exactly. And they get all puffed up too.
Yeah.
It's like he's on his last, he's making his last move on her.
Yeah.
He's so puffed up he can't even walk anymore.
Yeah.
He's just like
Me at the dance.
just like doing that. Got his two fingers up there, just trying to get close to her to do the neon moon. And then you go, bam!
He's headless.
Shit, sorry about that. Yeah.
Turkey's been all the work of calling them in. This place we go down in Louisiana is called Little Pecan Island, and it's like going to the Four Seasons. I shouldn't rat us out.
Really, it's beautiful. They got a lot of good turkeys down there.
Unbelievable. I mean,
Not turkeys, ducks.
Oh, ducks.
a good friend of ours, Jim Flores from Houston, owns it, and it's unbelievable.
And what kind of ducks do you get out there?
Everything. I have pictures of the sky full. I mean, of just it's unbelievable.
And do they go in shifts, or how do the ducks go?
They migrate at different times.
Oh, so they're not like releasing them and then they come back.
No, they don't release. No, it's all wild. It's
okay.
This stuff.
Yeah, they come from the north and they get cut off down in Missouri and whatever. There's a lot of duck habitat on the way for them to stop and eat and whatever, especially with climate change. Won't get into all that. But like Arkansas flooded timber, a lot of those ducks come out of the rice fields and stuff, and they're primarily greenheads, mallards, but by the time you get to the marsh, you got every kind, teal and mallards, and you could go on.
You have a fat stork up there even.
Oh, everything.
Yeah.
It's like Africa. It's like going out into the marshes.
Really?
No. You're in that kind of environment.
Oh, wow. It's so natural, you mean?
Real
surreal.
natural,
It's-
real
yeah.
cool. Yeah.
And are you in a boat or are you in...
You go out in a boat.
Okay.
Like everybody gets their own guide and their own boat.
And do you have to hide underwater or you're on above
Scuba
water?
tanks. We have scuba tanks and shotguns.
Is it really your line? It's okay.
No, but
A blind about as big as your sofa.
and it's sunk
Okay.
in the water, and then it's covered with, and every guide has his own like group of blinds he has to take care of.
A lot of straw and stuff,
Yeah.
natural
Okay, so
stuff.
you're hiding in there?
You're
And is
hiding in
there bugs
there.
or anything in
Yeah,
there?
bugs everywhere, man.
Yeah,
Bugs everywhere.
Bugs everywhere, snakes, alligators for real, alligators all over the place.
First thing they do when they get to your blind, the guide will get out and make sure there's nutria, no
Water
snakes,
For real.
snakes and gators.
Keep it clean of all the appetizers.
Get
huh?
all
Right.
that out of there. Exactly. Then they'll take
Bad
the
way to
boat
start a
back,
duck hunt.
come back, pull in
Snake
the
bite.
P-row, sink the P-row next to your blind, get in there and start quacking at them.
Wow.
Game on.
Ducks are good to eat too. Turkeys, people can say what they want. You can fry anything or whatever, but turkeys aren't that great to eat.
And some people are just real creeps when it comes to eating. I've had owl. I don't know if we can say it or not, but
No, you can't.
well, I didn't.
You just did.
I didn't have it.
You ate an owl?
You just
Nope.
said you did, though.
Huh?
You
Yeah.
just said you had owl. Did he not just say he had owl?
I didn't do it.
Wait a
But-
minute.
Did
I think he said eagle.
Yeah. No, I didn't say eagle, dude. And if I did, it was a wigged eagle.
Sound-
I don't eat bald eagle. No, but I did have. We had owl. My sister's
Snail darter.
ex-husband grilled up 2 owls.
You just said you
Was it
didn't
fried?
have it.
I thought we could
Well,
say
you
it.
you can't. You
Sorry.
can
Ronnie did it.
no.
I eat anything.
You're a
Hey, look,
freaking owl eater.
A bald eagle.
I didn't have a lot.
Well, you didn't have a lot.
There's not a lot to them. That's the trick.
You didn't swallow.
I mean, I didn't inhale. They're the frogs of the animal kingdom, of the bird kingdom. Owls
Yeah.
are the frogs of the bird. Once you pull that skirt up, and I've done some things in my day, but nothing. But even just to look, it's
Letting you go. We're letting you run with it.
pull up what I'm talking about. Let's at least see the. So we just the owls.
Did you Photoshop the eagle out?
They were of age too. The ones I'm talking about. I just want you to know that,
All right.
man. These were adult owls.
You're not supposed to do that. So much for
And look
wisdom.
at
Whoa,
this.
whoa,
Now what
what
are
is
we,
that?
brother? That is something needs to take care
That's
of that.
disgusting.
Wow.
It is,
Oh my
dude.
God.
No, those they migrated over from Chernobyl.
Yep. That's a Russian owl for sure.
I wish I hadn't seen
definitely,
that.
dude.
Yeah.
They just had. What did I just see about Russia, dude? They're giving away.
Well, there's a war in Ukraine.
There's a war in Ukraine. No, but it was something more. It was something exciting. Vladimir Putin urges citizens to have sex during work breaks to address Russia's dire birth rate.
Yeah, he's just trying to get
He's trying to make everybody happy.
He's trying to put an army together.
He's trying to earn an army.
Right. He's just like, hurry up.
Nice.
That's not a bad deal, though, dude.
Nice
now, that's
try.
the kind of stuff we need around here. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it's like, when everybody's really down over there and depressed and whatever, it's like, okay, sex on work breaks. Okay.
That's a
It's
bored
so obvious what
That's a
he's
bored
doing.
dictator is what that is.
Literally, brother.
Yeah. He didn't have to push that through Congress.
What are we going to do?
What are we having for lunch? Depends on who texts me back. You know
Right.
what I'm saying, bro? That's what I'm talking about.
Everybody duck. Right?
I'm proud of him now.
This is
No
kind of
wonder
the-
Trump likes him. What?
That's the only thing about communism that's starting to sound appealing,
Hey,
right?
I'll tell you this. Yeah, communism sucks, but I'll tell you what, the lunches are good.
Right? Lunch break is hard to beat.
What I just see, I saw another call that. Do you see that Pizza Hut thing? I don't know if you can find that, Nick. It was Pizza Hut now. Listen to this. People are having such a tough time getting jobs. What is that? It was Pizza Hut will put your resume on a pizza box to help you get a job.
Whoa.
So you can send.
I took a leave of absence
Okay.
in 78. I've got like a 50-year hole in my resume.
Okay, so
I'm
I've had this.
done.
I've
I'm
had
not
this
gonna
idea
have a chance.
forever. Sorry,
Sorry.
but it's like we're always talking about random ways to promote records and do things, right?
That's a good
I mean,
way.
all right, well, what about Amazon boxes? You know, we go to Amazon and go, hey, what if we what would it cost to put our logo or whatever on an Amazon box?
Fortune.
How many people? I'm sure that's non-negotiable.
Everybody.
You know,
I bet that's dude. I wouldn't be surprised if they. I'm amazed they haven't done that.
yeah,
Really, because they own most of the. That's something most of us see all the time.
yeah.
But yeah, that Pizza Hut, now you can put your resume, you can send it to somebody you're trying to get employed by. You send them a little, send them a
Pizza.
little pizza. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this: if I'm having a slice, I'll because you're feeling good, you're eating pizza.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna think that guy's pretty quality.
Your endorphins
Yeah.
are already stimulated by the pizza, and you look over there and go, you know what? I like that guy.
I know. Like a couple of weeks later, you're like, hey, what happened to that pizza box? Oh, what? Oh, never mind.
We need a new guy in the tech department. We need what happened? But then you might start just naming your workers. You don't know their names. You just name them like pepper, like the Italian guy is just like extra pepperoni. You're like, yeah, remember we hired him, Or Meat Lovers is the guy that's maybe a little zesty, Yeah.
Big sausage, spicy sausage.
So with the new album, is it going to be, tell me about it a little bit. What made you guys want to come back and make more? Because at a certain point, do you feel like you've made enough, or does that never go away? What is that kind of like?
The first one was just to keep everything between the lines, not stray very far from the previous cuts.
The first what you mean?
The first record, Reboot 1.
okay.
We're on
Right, this is
Reboot
Reboot 2
now, but neither of these were our ideas to do. It was our managers, which is this is the first good idea he's had, I think, in years.
yeah, look, I've had managers. I know what you're talking about. That's why I don't
Clarence
have
is
many
great,
more.
man.
He's a great man.
He's a big reason we're here.
But
Is he?
why Baltimore is the day after Sacramento? I still haven't quite figured it out, but
He still gets paid.
Yeah.
His big saying is, "Hey, what are you bitching about, man?" He says, "I give you 85%."
or his
Off
other
the
one
top,
is
he takes 15.
this is a charity, I wouldn't need to do this, I mean, damn, Clarence, you're in. He goes, I know. So what is 15% of nothing? It's like, never mind. Poor little children.
And what is his name, just so we can?
Clarence
Spalding.
Spalding. He is
Clarence
great.
He's
We're 30-something years without a contract.
Wow.
he's got Aldine, and I mean, it's just he's done great.
And he speaks fluent Brooks and Dunn. We couldn't do it without him.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I can imagine that. You got to have somebody to handle a lot of stuff for you. Today's podcast is sponsored by Boot Barn, America's largest Western retailer, supporting the cowboy and country lifestyles. Boot Barn opened their first store in 1978, and today they have over 400 stores nationwide, located throughout 48 states, and they open one new store a week across the United States. I wear the Cody James Black 1978 boots, only available at Boot Barn. They're crafted with premium exotic skin, a hand-laid cording detail, and classic Western stitching. The outsole is leather and the insole is cushioned for maximum comfort. That's right, the Cody James Black 1978 boots are only available through Boot Barn. Visit bootbarn.com and use code Theo for 15% off one item through October 30th. That's bootbarn.com, code Theo. Today's episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. Have you been off, uncomfortable, can't figure something out? Something changed maybe in your relationship or in your workspace or with a family member, and you don't know how to get through it. Well, don't do it alone. BetterHelp can help. That's what I'm telling you. BetterHelp. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online. It's designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. Therapy can help you learn all about and accept different parts of your world so you can go through life easier. I think everyone should give it a try. Take off the mask with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/THEO today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, betterhelp.com/Theo. This episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. But yeah, so tell me a little bit about it. What was it like getting to work with some of these artists? Had you worked with them before?
No. Lainey is, she comes in and does her thing. They all get to pick their own songs. 18 artists.
Okay.
They pick whatever song they want, and that goes on without us. That's all up to them, and then maybe they haggle about it with management or whatever. Anyway, everyone showed up with their own version of the song, and it was like you have your artistic, creative license to do whatever you want to do with this one.
Oh, dude, I can't put me up there. I can't do karaoke. I mean, if it's Christmas carols, I can do it, but it's like even some of that, I get nervous, like in the second stanza or whatever,
Yeah. Melanie has to feed me my words to my songs in my left ear. I
thought she was feeding you. I thought you was going behind a speaker and eating bird seed out of her hand.
Yeah, she has to feed me. She has to feed me whiskey all through the show.
I did a tour over in Afghanistan with Robin Williams and Lewis Black and Kathleen Madigan, and Robin just impressed me because he seemed like he's just ad-libbing everything, And the one thing that I learned from him before, and we would spend all day on Blackhawks going to real remote places everywhere, and then at night we do in Kandahar, Kabul, or whatever, some larger shows. And but before he would go on, he had a little piece of paper, he'd just written a handful of notes and whatever, and he would pace back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I was just really impressed at his professionalism and the way and knowing you guys do, people you make it look so easy, that when you're flowing through your deal and you got your deal clicking right. And I learned a lot. And Lewis was hysterical, as you can imagine. Just hanging with him. You spend any time with him.
He's very entertaining. He's very smart. Mm-hmm. The way he talks is funny.
Yeah.
Just to listen to him,
He is so aggravated. It really is. Of course, you can't drink over there at all, and
that's why it made it worse, probably.
Well, yeah, when we got there, of course, Lewis has this giant bag like you carry around, this huge kind of smaller duffel bag.
Not your man bag. You can go across the world. You can go around the world.
Completely full of those airport Scotch bottles.
Yeah.
It was,
You know what we're talking about, Ronnie?
Mine's full of allergy medicine.
Right.
They're like, damn, I didn't know Jim Beam made allergy medicine. That's insane.
Look at all these different colored Allegras.
Dude, you guys are funny, man.
We didn't mean to be.
It's probably helped y'all over the years being able to laugh, huh?
You gotta laugh. You gotta have a sense of humor.
Yeah.
It's like comedians for the most part. You hear this profile, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like, it's kind of a lot of comedians are kind of dark, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And it's kind of it's anger coming out in humor sometimes, more times than not. Not to go Dr. Phil here.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I think it probably is. A lot of them are dark. Yeah, I mean, definitely a lot of them. You lose a lot of them to side, and it's a pretty
too much downtime too. You know.
Yeah, that gets kind of scary.
Yeah,
you know.
Everybody out there gets that.
Trust
no
me.
matter what business you're in.
We're on a bus for you're sitting venues or whatever. You don't go to.
Oh, being on a bus, dude. I used to ride Greyhound. That'll make anybody want to take their life.
Oh shit.
I used to go work on a farm up in Natchez, Mississippi in the summer, and I'd take a Greyhound up from Baton Rouge, and they put all the inmates on there, and it's a lot of like missing people on there.
Oh,
like I remember a dude came up and he was like, "Have you seen me?" He said to me. I'm like, "You sound damn missing, dude." It's just like that's a crazy thing to ask somebody.
Station, oh God, here, I don't know if it's even still where it was. My sister had this au pair who came from France, this real sweet girl that I'd met up in Maine, and I told her, "You ought to come visit Nashville sometime." Forgot all about it, and I get a call one night at the house, and I said, "Mr. Bruce," she's crying. I go, "Yes, Mr. Bruce it's Rosa. It's horrible." I go, what has happened? What is wrong? Or said, I'm here. I go, "You're where?" She said, in the Ville of Nash. I go, "You're here in Nashville?" She goes, "Yes, I'm here." I go, "Where are you? What is wrong, Rosa?" "I'm at the Gray Dog." I'm at the Gray Dog? What? You're at the Greyhound bus station? I said, "My God." I go, "Look, do not go to the bathroom. Go sit in a chair. Don't talk to anybody. Don't look at anything. I'm on my way." It's like emergency. Oh my God. It's
like being in the opposite of a hospital.
Going
That's
faster
a rough
than my
entrance,
wife when
man.
she's having a baby. It's like I've got to save her like right now. This is an emergency.
Oh, dude, every row of the Greyhound bus things get seedier and seedier. First it's weed, and then 4 rows later they're doing like abortions and like early term, but still like it's like it gets real dicey, dude.
Whoa.
It gets real dicey on Greyhound. But yeah, to have to rescue a French woman from a Greyhound bus terminal.
Was this her first time in? I mean, this was her entrance.
Because she had been on up north. They've got real trains, tram and stuff.
Yeah.
But they on the schedule, if you look at it, I'm like, "How did you get here?" She showed me her schedule. They put Greyhound bus in the middle of Amtrak. It's like you go from these beautiful, nice things.
Welcome to America.
Yeah, you can work on your computer to, oh my God, what happened?
A lot of people on there, just testing pills on each other. A lot of people,
Now?
making their,
They do that?
A lot of people drinking their own bath water. I had a dude selling 40 proof bath water on there once. I didn't have a lot, but I had a little. You know what I'm saying?
Wasn't that bad?
It wasn't that bad, dude. I'll say this. It kind of had a peppermint schnapps vibe to it.
Oh, God dang. There's a routine, man.
Jerry Clower was one of my favorite comedians. You guys ever get to meet him?
No. I ran into him.
Oh, no, I didn't get to meet him.
He was a
fan,
famous
though.
Southern comedian, yeah.
Yeah.
He was great.
Oh, what
man.
about Brother Dave Gardner?
I never watched him.
Oh, really?
I don't
You
know.
got to check him out,
Brother
man.
Dave Gardner's his name?
Oh, yes. And he was like,
Let's bring him up, Nick.
he was sort of the country Lenny Bruce without using a lot of foul language, but some real dark humor and very inappropriate humor.
Oh, good.
That's him, Brother
Brother
Dave.
Dave
Look at him
Gardner.
smoking that cigarette.
Yeah.
Telling you how it is. Got his suit going.
Check that hair. It's shining, man.
Oh, yeah, no. That one, that cover up on the right, I've got that album.
Wow.
It's all torn up. Her dog had chewed the corner off. My dad loved him, though.
Wow.
I'm going to start listening to him.
He was something else. Not like your average yeehaw country comedian.
Was there an artist that's passed and when you guys were admired growing up, you went to their service or anything, somebody you guys really miss or
Well, Cash for sure.
did y'all go to his service? Were you allowed to go or how?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That must have been really interesting.
This
I was
was my
sad.
first,
And June.
Mhm.
June, same way. We were at the hospital and she had her heart attack.
Wow.
Didn't get to go to Merle's, but
And was he a funny guy? What was he like?
But he could be funny.
Yeah, he
but
could be.
Yeah, but he wasn't being funny on this one. No, he came out and did the last 5 or 6 dates with us on our tour in 2010. We were shutting things down, and it's just one of those instances where you meet somebody famous and Hag just shut me down. I could not carry on a conversation with him. He's about as bad as Cash.
He just didn't like chatting.
No, he didn't, but he liked you and he let you know. Where John didn't let you know for a while. Oh. He just smoked you out just to see what you got.
Merle,
if you could survive it.
Merle's agreed to go on tour with us, but we had to perform with him every night, which of course was
on stage together.
Throw us in the briar patch. I mean, that was such a huge honor and whatever. But he would come up with some obscure songs and whatever. And I jumped. It wasn't like Silver Wings or anything.
No, he's throwing his curveballs from way in the back, man. Like, okay, tonight.
You guys are out there singing Pitbull or something.
Live and in person.
And I hopped up on his bus one afternoon to find out what our song was. And we were in Woodstock, New York, I remember. And he's up there burning one down. And he goes, "You need to sit down." I go, "Okay." What is it, Merle? He goes, "What the hell's wrong with y'all?" I don't know, Merle. What's wrong with this? He goes, "I got that damn window. All them people out there. What the F's wrong with y'all?" I said, "I don't know, Merle. What's wrong with this?" He goes, "All them damn people out there, and y'all want to quit." I said, "Well, Merle,
it's a good point."
I said,
looking back, it was ingenious.
This is
right?
Our last
we
tour, we thought, yeah. So Merle, I got to tell you, Poncho and Lefty's probably one of my favorite songs ever. I said, and watching you and Willie in that video, I said, it's one of the coolest things I've ever seen. You two, y'all are like best friends. I mean, Ronnie Dunn and I didn't even know each other when we met. We've bullied our way through this freaking career for 20 years. We have not taken a break, and we've just gotten to a point where we think it'd be the best thing for us. We've made it 20 years. You and Willie Nelson made one album together. And he goes, "Yeah, but we only had one hit." Like, okay, Merle, what's my song? And he started laughing. I'm like, "You win. You're smarter than me. You always will be."
It is crazy to think, though, when you almost say that to some people, even me hearing it from you guys, like, yeah, this is going to be it. Because but that's just, it is what it is. It's like your life's at where it's at,
Yeah.
When you've taken breaks, what are other things that you've started to fill your lives with that became like important to you or that meant something to you? I know you have your vineyards.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. My friend Chris used to work out
great,
there.
yeah, but I started that 20 years ago. And other things. Really what I really wanted to do, and I'd been offered a couple of bit parts in movies and stuff along the way. And, making a movie takes a long scheduling and all that. And we did tour 20 years without stopping. And I kind of did some theater in college. I went to Louisiana Tech, And,
oh, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, and enjoyed all that.
Where the red fern grows. They used to do that musical up there.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of good. A lot of beautiful.
All right, Covington. Don't get me started now.
Talk amongst yourself.
This is a war you don't want to start.
Hey, look. Ronald Reagan. Okay, it is right. Dude. Well, Rustin versus Covington. That'd be a great battle.
Bring that arm back.
You can
so
keep
good.
Terry Bradshaw.
Anyway, but I got told to call William Morris, and said, books us, and said, "Hey, I don't want to start a movie. I'm not qualified or, don't have the chops, but I would if there's a bit part or something that maybe some whatever, if something comes up,
Yeah.
And so, yeah, they started sending me some things, and I actually started doing some movies, this and that. And my son had studied film at Vanderbilt in English and wanted to be a screenwriter. And one thing led to another. He came out and started writing with some guys that had produced. I co-starred with Ernie Hudson eventually in a Western.
Oh, sweet. I'm not familiar with Ernie Hudson.
Yeah, you are.
The Hudson River? No.
Yeah,
I don't know who
are.
it
He
is
was
either.
in Ghostbusters.
He doesn't know him.
I don't
He's
know.
in the original Ghostbusters.
Oh, he was? Oh, the tall guy
only-
with the glasses?
The only black guy in the movie. Are you kidding?
Oh, shoot.
There you go back.
Oh,
That
okay.
Ernie Hudson.
Yeah.
Oh, that Ernie.
I know who he is.
Oh, Ernie Hudson.
Ernie Hudson.
I should have said
I love
Bernie.
Ernie Hudson.
Yeah, I could tell you did.
No, I'm joking, Ernie. No, that's so that's something you've enjoyed getting to do then.
Yeah, so I got to do that a little bit, and my son wound up being a screenwriter. Went out to L.A. to be Tarantino, and he writes movies for Hallmark now.
Is he really?
He does.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yin yang.
Well, Hallmark still makes a lot of movies. You know, they're not, a lot of places aren't even making movies. So
True.
kudos to
They
him.
make
At least
like
he's got
60
some work.
movies a year or something.
Hallmark does.
Literally, yeah.
But some of the studios hardly make any movies anymore. So good for them, man. Wow, that's
what about
cool.
you? You been in movies?
No, I just wrote a movie with me and David Spade wrote a movie together. He did
cool.
Tommy Boy, and you know who he is.
Oh yeah.
And so we wrote a movie, and I think we're gonna start making it on January 6th.
He was
actually.
in Ghostbusters.
Yeah, he was, dude. He was the black guy.
With the glasses?
Huh? Yeah. With the glasses. Yeah. And one arm.
One arm. Right.
Yeah. That's who he was, dude. So I'm scared about it, but I think it's gonna happen. We worked on it for so long, and now it's supposed to happen. Now I'm like, I'm scared, you know. But
Cool.
That's natural. That's normal.
yeah, I think being scared of something maybe that you don't know how you can do at it or something. But we also have done it all ourselves, so it's like, so that feels good.
You should talk to Billy Bob Thornton.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, think what he did with Sling Blade.
Oh yeah.
Right. Yeah. But they sat and did that. So ZZ Top was
That's what I like. Boy. And biscuits.
Billy Top.
Yeah.
ZZ Top was out with us, and Billy Gibbons was telling about the editing process after Billy Bob and all of them like finished it up, and Dwight Yoakam.
Oh yeah, he was in
He
it.
says, I go to this little apartment building in L.A. He says, it's hot as hell. He says,
'cause the
I go up,
biscuits and
second floor,
bacon.
right? So I knock on the door, and he says, it kind of cracks open. And he said, they go, he says, me, Billy Kelly. Oh, let me in. Come on, what are you doing? So it's Dwight Yoakam, and they're all in like they're like white wife beater T-shirts or whatever, sweating all over the place. In there with old school hand editing machines, cutting Sling Blade.
Wow.
Doing all that.
Wow.
But
I bet he's a fascinating guy, Billy Bob Thornton.
yeah.
And
yeah.
Dwight
It's
Yoakam.
fun.
I've been working with him on a Taylor Sheridan this next
Oh,
series
yeah.
coming up with Landman, doing some music stuff together. But it's just fun. It's fun. He's got a band.
He does?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Billy Bob Thornton has a band, yeah.
Yeah.
I've known that for a long time. I've never gotten to see him play, but I would probably enjoy it. Have you seen it, Tim? Billy Bob Thornton's band?
I think they're going to be here in a while.
I'd love to go see him then. I'm going to make a point of that.
They're coming before long. He told me the other night.
Yep, Boxmasters.
That's it.
Next month, they got their gigs starting opening for ZZ Top. Bill Ham, their manager.
And you guys opened for ZZ Top at one point, right? Is that right?
We did.
Yeah, we co-headline with them.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I
together.
meant.
Yeah,
That's what I meant.
For a long time. Had a blast.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
Ronnie, what about you? What's something that you've enjoyed keeping your time with when you have free time?
I go out and tinker at the farm a little bit. Still, I'm always writing songs or something. But I grabbed a camera, and a buddy of mine who had been a 25-year photographer for Sports Illustrated moved back to town, and we hit it off. I'd just been to Cuba doing some photography and playing around with it. And he said, show me your stuff. And I did. And he says, okay, you're going with me. So we took off for like a year and a half, 2 years, shooting everything, Cheyenne Rodeo, Galapagos, all over the place.
Wow.
Just, yeah.
So you really enjoyed it, huh?
Yeah.
Do you sell any of the prints? I'd love to buy one at some point.
Yeah, I'll give you all you want. There's
just
no
be
money.
cool. It'd
There's
be
no
cool to-
money. I'd love to give you one, but we shot some great cowboy stuff.
Did you?
Awesome, yeah.
Dude, I just went to the PBR like 2 weeks ago when it was here.
Yeah.
That was bull riding, but I love rodeo. Rodeo is one of the best. Man,
I'm with you.
if you take your wife or kids out, you don't know what to do with them. If there's a rodeo within 40 miles,
My parents used to do that.
it's a blast.
Have you been to the prison rodeo in Angola?
No, I'd
Are
love
you
to go.
kidding me?
You been?
Dude, yes. Went just recently and actually played down there. You know about the rodeo.
Yes, I know about
It's
it, dude.
unbelievable.
8 seconds for freedom, they call it.
Yeah.
For freedom.
But it's 6 seconds. The first event is called Busting Out. So, I've got a friend, Brianna Calhoun, who she does prison reentry, and we stayed at the warden's house.
No, I want to meet the warden.
Oh, dude, he's fantastic.
Is he?
Yeah.
I want him on this show.
Yeah, we stayed up making gumbo and drinking beer till about 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
But the rodeo, the first event busting out, they put 6 prisoners on 6 bulls, and they're PBR bulls. They're real bulls because they do a PBR exhibit kind of thing there. Put 6 guys on it. They release all 6 of them at the same time. Of course, the prisoners stay on for like a 10th of a second, and then it's all hell breaks loose.
Yeah.
And every
Let the
event at the
Lord work.
rodeo is like that. There's one called pinball where they set up 8 hula hoops in the middle of the deal. 8 prisoners stand in the hula hoops. They release 2 bulls on them, and the last one in the hula hoop wins the prize. And it's fantastic.
You got nothing to lose.
You gotta go.
The prize is just a little bit of sunlight, but still.
Right?
Is
You get
Brad-
2 hours in the cage outside. Yeah.
You get to use a harmonica for 10 minutes.
Right.
Big time bragging
Get a ball
rights.
to bounce.
There were 96 volunteers this year, and it happens twice a year. You should really go.
need to
It's
go.
unbelievable to watch.
I didn't know you could just go.
Oh, it's like it's a 20,000 seat arena. It's see, there it is.
Wow.
It's a real look at them. There's that's it. That's pinball right there.
Oh my!
I'm not
gosh.
kidding. What bull?
We got to go on this, man. Bro, it'd be fascinating.
This is the place where even the bulls are afraid to come out at you. Right? They ain't going out there.
There it is.
There's 20
Last
lifers out
one's the
there.
winner. Yeah.
That's amazing. I'd love to go to that. I'm gonna try to get to. I'd love to interview the warden because it's a fascinating thing. There's not another prison, I don't think, that does something as famous as this.
Look at this. Here you go.
No.
He's gonna stay.
Oh, man down.
See, he's still got one in there.
Man down. He's walking.
Yeah.
He
He's a
won.
pinball wizard. He's like, no, never mind.
No, he left the station, didn't he?
Rodeo is so fun, man.
Yeah.
Man, the Cheyenne Rodeo, you get a press bunker where you're ground level.
And that's a big
come
one,
out
huh?
right. Yes. And
King Daddy of them all,
crazy.
they call it.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. Then there's another one that's real organic we went to. Mel, what's the name of that in Montana? Miles City. And that's where they bring the breeders bring all the rodeo stock in. They have for years. I mean, I don't know, 50, 60 years, whatever. And people watch them. These kids, local cowboy kids, climb on these horses and they'll ride. I mean, they used to run 300 horses plus through a day. They ride them to see how they buck, and then every now and then they'll stop and have an auction, and then they go right back to it. About the end of the day, these kids are back there in pickup trucks with like liters of whiskey, just
Tuckered
can't
out.
move, man. It beats them to death. But
Yeah,
great
buddy of mine's
pictures.
daddy sells, I guess horse semen or whatever. However I don't know what they call it
Straws.
if you're a horse.
Is it straws? for
It's
horses?
semen and it is straws is how they sell them. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how much you can get. I guess you can get I've never seen the containers they put it in, but I know that they mate with other horses and they'll have lines of horses coming up to mate with their horse all spring.
Sure.
He's like a
Quarter
I think
horses.
he's like
you
a
can't,
madam
you can't
or
do that
whatever.
with thoroughbreds, but quarter horses you can.
For racing horses?
Racing horses have to be actually bred. They have the male's got to get on the female.
Oh, you can't artificially
wow.
inseminate them.
Yeah, I think,
know that.
I'd rather.
Yeah, that's a part of the deal. They got to watch it. You can't be selling semen in the thoroughbred business because it's so expensive. I mean, this is a secretariat semen, whatever. Can
Yeah.
you prove it?
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh, hell, the Celsius is $3 a can. I can't even imagine how much.
They do it with everything. Wildlife, deer,
Yeah.
things like that. You name it. It's all out there.
Did you guys ever get to play Asia? That's one last question I was thinking. Did you guys ever?
what is Asia anyway?
That's random.
That's a good question. Asia is, I guess it's
Come on now. Easy.
China, Vietnam,
Thailand.
Thailand,
Come on, give us some
Japan.
Asian countries. Japan. Where we go?
Korea, North and South,
There you go.
I think I
Malaysia.
said that, but
Yeah.
Malaysia again.
Maybe that's why they call it Asia.
Asia, yeah.
Malaysia.
Yeah, it's a big
Sacramento.
Sacramento, yeah. There you go, dude. But did you guys ever, how far, I'm just curious how far, because your music was like, has
it
been a
wasn't.
fixture in my life, and so many people my age, but I just wonder like what other ethnicities and stuff listen to.
They've never heard of us. We did a thing for Rock My World one year. It was a record company's great idea. They came in with all these cue cards and whatever. Every country you could, all the ones you just named, everything you could think of, but phonetically how you would pronounce. Our new song is called Rock My World. We would love for you to like it in other parts of the world.
Right.
That kind of thing. And so Ronnie and I, as stupid as we are, we're trying.
We said yes.
We said yes, and we're every language you can think of, for Japanese. Just.
And they had the cards. They had it sounded
Oh yeah,
out.
sounded out for you. My sister's got a home in Italy. My brother-in-law's like, I'm over there watching a soccer game. He goes, and your commercial came on in this bar and the break. He goes, and it shut the whole place down. He goes, everybody's on the edge of their seat. They're looking loud, and at the end of it, they go, so I still have no idea what we said in Italian. But
as long
it was
as
probably some exorcist thing that makes your head turn around back.
As long as there's some young Vietnamese kid sitting somewhere going under the neon moon.
Yeah.
That's what matters, man.
I like it.
Okay.
We might cut that part out.
Menu that song.
The new album and the new tour, will they come out simultaneously, or how does that kind of work?
Pretty close. I think the new album comes out in
November the 15th.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we start touring in
the heavy stuff. It starts hitting in February. And then
February,
spring.
March, April, something like that.
We're going to stop for a minute. I think you're going to go do your deal. I'm going to run to Africa and come back, and then we're going to pick it up at in June.
Run over there to Congo.
This guy,
Yeah. I'll go down to Winsboro and Covington.
Yeah, we'll be over in Murfreesboro if you need us, dude. He's down there.
Well, not Murphy, Smyrna. I mean, it's really Murphy.
Sorry, we go to Smyrna.
Gulfstream promised me they'd have it fixed by then, by plane. So we got it. We're good.
Anything else you guys wanted to talk about? There was something you also wanted to get out there?
No, we're selling that record right now. Reboot 2, got to have it. Got to get it. It'll change your life.
Thanks for the hang, man. Love watching
really fun.
Your show and nonsense and everything is fun and games. Yeah, appreciate it.
I feel lucky to have a job, man. Really lucky to talk to you guys. This has honestly been one of my favorite episodes, I think.
Oh,
it really has.
You never said that before, right?
I've said it probably 3 times.
Is that how he closes every freaking show? What?
He probably got back up.
It's been like
over here.
Yeah, you guys made it so easy, and also you guys have such a good sense of humor. I think sometimes you get with musicians and they don't talk. They're musicians.
I remember Tom Petty would like go on talk show and not talk.
Freaking
right?
musicians.
There's a reason why they handed him an instrument.
Last guy you wanted to do is have Tom Petty come sit by you, do an interview with him, right? Yeah, I guess. How's your voice? God. It's all right.
Phil Vassar told me, I was interviewing him, doing the Countdown show, and I said, so how'd you get to be such a good piano player? He goes, well, actually, I was a drummer when I was a kid. And I said, oh, really? I said, I've never heard you play drums. He goes, shit. When I was a kid, man, all I wanted was a drum set. Christmas, I get a drum set. He goes, I just beat on those drums relentlessly, day and night, whatever. He goes, I got good at it. I go, what happened? He goes, I came home from school one day and my drums were gone. There was a bicycle sitting there where my drums used to be. Shit, man. I go, what'd you do? He goes, rode my bicycle.
I got real good at it too.
Yeah, that guy believes in himself too much.
Yeah, right. The drums are gone.
That's one of those guys.
Rode it to Cincinnati.
Kix Brooks, Ronnie Dunn, thank you guys so much, man. Thank you for all the years of wonderful music and entertainment. And I'm gonna come and check out one of the shows on tour, man. I'm excited about it.
Please, come see us.
I will.
All right,
we certainly will. Thank you guys
so
much.
Great time, man. Fun stuff. Really fun.
Enjoy the hang.
Big fans.
Now I'm just floating on the breeze, and I feel I'm falling like these leaves. I must be cornerstone. Oh.